Firstly, how do you reflect on that Sheffield Wednesday defeat?
Yeah, it was obviously disappointing because we want to win every game we play, and or at least try and take points from every game we play. And to come away from that game after a decent run of results was disappointing because we wanted to keep that momentum going. But there's lots of positives to take. Sheffield Wednesday are a massive club. They're a team that was probably expecting to win the league from the start of the season, but from their league position it shows that it's not that easy, and every team you play against in this division is a tough game. But like you said, there's positives to take. It looked as if we might have took a point in the end when we had that little goal mouth scramble at the end, and they cleared a couple of goals off the line. And I think the gaffer mentioned that the goal in the first half, should have been allowed maybe because it come off. Come off one of their lads supposedly. But listen, it wasn't to be. But like I said, there's positives to take now. Probably one thing I will say from coming away from that game is don't give teams too much respect. It's just don't get caught up in the name on the front of the badge or the stadium and that. We're both in the same division, so don't give teams too much respect, and hopefully we can take that going forward with us.
I mean, that's a valuable lesson for Bolton on Saturday, isn't it? Another big name in League One.
Exactly. There's lots of big teams in League One this season, but we've shown this season, coming up against supposedly bigger teams or bigger clubs than ourselves, that we're more than a match from. We've proved that plenty of times this season, and there's plenty of games this season where we should have took points from, but we haven't done. But going back to the start of the season, we were kind of up and down, whereas in the last few weeks we've kind of been a lot more consistent and a lot more even keel, and the performances have been like I said, a lot more consistent, and not like massive big score lines or whatever like that. So it's looking better for us, and hopefully we can take that into Saturday with us, because it's going to be another big game again. The games come thick and fast, and they don't come any easier. So hopefully a good crowd here at the Museum, and hopefully again another decent result for us.
You seem more comfortable with Jacob Badou beside you since he's been brought in. Has he made a big difference to you in the defence?
I just try and play my own game no matter who I play against, but certainly he's made a difference. He's a decent player, there's no doubt about it, and I think anybody that's watched him play in the last few weeks have seen that he's a good player, and it can only bode well for the team when you have good players in the team. And that's not to say anyone else that played wasn't a good player. It's just we were struggling to find that consistency maybe, and maybe Trev come in has given us a bit of consistency, Jacob as well, and all the other lads as well. But we've worked hard on the training ground, to try and find that consistency, and try and find the right answers to put in decent performances. And like I said, since the turn of maybe the new year, the results have been coming good of late. So hopefully we can keep that going, and keep building points, because that's what's important at the end of the season, is just keep putting points on the board, or as many points as you can, because like I said, every game is as big as the next one.
Yeah, it's not about big winning runs, is it? It's about just picking up the odd point away, winning at home, losing the odd game, but not going on a bad run, isn't it, when you're trying to scramble out?
Exactly, that's what, like I said, that's what we've been doing recently. We've had a couple of good home wins. The Doncaster one was a massive one. Obviously, the way we won that game was a big turning point for us, gave us belief, being 3-0 down and having to come back and do it the hard way. A good win against Wycombe, probably should have took points off Wigan. I think we were a better team that night. And then the away games, your Accringtons, your Wimbledons lately, taking points from them games are really important. So yeah, we never do it the easy way, do we?
And Bolton is the start of a run of games that are absolutely key, aren't they?
That's been going on for weeks. We've said that all the time. We say this is a big run of games coming up, and we don't put pressure on ourselves that way, saying these are a massive run of games. There's pressure on every game. We put pressure on ourselves to try and take points from every game. So Saturday is just another game for us, but we're under no illusions that we're coming up against another good team. But listen, we're a decent team ourselves when we're bang at it. So we'll be looking to put it all together on Saturday and hopefully have a good result.
And as a player, how good is it to get the January window out of the way when there's lots of speculation about different players and new faces coming in? You hear all the talk about Cole Stockton leaving, didn't happen, but it must be nice to just get that out of the way, mustn't it?
Yeah, the January window is always the same. You never know who's going to come in, you never know if this player's going to go out. Cole has obviously been a big part of our season, and he's the top scorer in the league, and he scored some terrific goals for us this season, and without his goals, we might have been struggling. But hopefully other players are starting to chip in now with some goals. Jonah has come into form a bit of late, and other players have getting a run of games as well. So hopefully other players can start chipping in with goals as well. But like you said, with Cole Stockton, coming later and later into the window, you're thinking, well, from a selfish point of view, you're kind of thinking, I hope he doesn't go, because we need his goals and we need his. He's been really good for us this season, and like I said, from a selfish point of view, I'm glad he hasn't gone now, and he's going to be here for the rest of the season. But hopefully he keeps his form up and scores a lot more goals from now to the end of the season. And and if it is what he wants to move on to so-called bigger and better things, hopefully that happens in the summer for him after we have a good second half of the season.